So I'm really looking forward to opening this up and seeing what it's all about. I am impressed already though, because it does have a Grillrost aus Gusheißen, a Gauschlacht mit Druckminderer, a Hebel, and a Fettfangschale aus Edelstahl. I mean, what more could you ask for? Something tells me Frau Davis, my high school German teacher, would not be very proud of that intro. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. I am the Carnivore Curmudgeon, and I am an actual carnivore, but I am not an actual curmudgeon mostly. And today I want to take a look at my new toy. It is the Otto Grill Lite. The Otto Grill is a top burner style oven or grill, and it's supposed to get up to 1500 degrees and cook your steak perfectly and quickly. For the last number of years, I've been using this little one-burner Cuisinart grill, and this is actually the second grill I've had of this same model. I don't think they make this one anymore, and it's getting time for a replacement, so I decided to go with the Otto Grill because we enjoy grilling our meat and we eat so much more of it now on the carnivore diet. But this little grill, if the wind is blowing, if it's cold, it just won't get up to temperature where I need it. It's been handy. I just put it on this little dolly and wheel it in and out of my garage, but time for a change. And here comes the Otto Grill Lite, which arrived very promptly after my order, 2 days, and I had it in my hands. I was so excited when I got it, I didn't even change out of my work clothes. I decided I was going to open it up right away and see what was inside. And the Otto Grill is a German engineered design, and that certainly comes through in really every aspect that I could see of this product, including the packaging. I thought they did a really nice job of packaging this so that it not only protected the product inside, but it also was easy to access and get the product out. And the first thing you come to when you open the package is the book of instructions and some recipes. Most of these instructions are safety instructions. I'd say about a third of everything in there to read is about being safe, and I understand why when you're dealing with 1500 degrees. But we're going to come back to what the manual says to do as we walk through the first steak. Inside on the top is the multi-purpose tool that's used for putting the grill rack in and out, and it's also, I understand, can open a bottle top. Some nice rigid foam packing inside. And this fella is not light. It weighs almost 35 pounds. So it's pretty hefty, and I'm assuming it's going to be pretty durable as well. Seems like it's really well made. Now let's take a look at some of the accessories that came with it. Packed inside, nicely put away. First thing I found was the propane gas hose with the reducer on the end, the pressure reducer, and the quick connect that goes onto the back of this unit to fuel it. A pair of tongs for getting the drip tray in and out. They're really not sturdy enough to lift the grill grate out, in my opinion. The drip tray itself. And in this separate box is the cast iron grill grate. Very heavy duty, nicely made. Not sure why I'm showing you the back and the front. They, you know, look just alike. And last, and perhaps not least, I guess it depends on your feeling on heat reflectors, is the heat reflector. And this film on the top is a protective coating that's going to come off before we actually use the unit. Now, like many guys, my predilection for putting something new together and using it for the first time is to give her a go and then read the instructions later to see why the stupid product isn't working right. But in this case, I decided to do exactly what the instructions said. So I washed all of the products that came with it prior to firing it up for the first time. And I found it fit on top of my smoker very nicely, although you can use this on a tabletop, even a plastic portable table, because the heat reflector and the way it's built, because it's the top burner, it doesn't get very hot on the bottom. Now the hose that comes with this is for a standard LP tank, and then it has on the other end a quick connect for easy connection to the back of the unit itself. You just pull back the sleeve, push it in, push the sleeve forward, and it's connected. Then the other end connects just like you would any other LP propane device. I did find the screw cap on this to be just a little bit thin, but you know, it works just fine. And per the instructions, I'm going to turn the gas on and take a soap and water solution and a spray bottle, give it a good spritz around all the connectors to make sure that there is no gas leaking, no bubbles, both on the LP tank and on the connector on the back of the unit as well. And you might remember I showed you the heat shield and that protective coating. Got to take that protective coating off before the first burn. And I can't explain why, but there's something really satisfying about pulling this kind of film off of a product. And it's time to ignite, which I must admit took me a couple of tries before I understood how. But you click the pilot light on and then it's so quiet you hardly even know that it's starting to burn. I let this burn for a while to sort of burn off that new product smell before I put my first food in there. And here's a quick 360 of the setup in my driveway as this heated up and burned off that new car smell and awaited its first delicious steak, which is coming up. So first you put in the drip pan, and the instructions say to put some water in. That helps with keeping anything from splattering and catching fire down below, as well as makes cleanup easy. And after looking at some YouTube videos, I went ahead and put my steak right directly under that burner as close as I could. And I think that was a mistake. Mistake, get it? What I should have done is put it down lower, let it cook to get warmer throughout, and then raised it up to get that good crust on the outside. So what I've determined is this is going to take a bit of a learning curve, but I also know it's going to be a number of tasty lessons as I go. So I cooked this steak for probably a total of 6 minutes. And I could have sous vide the steak and had it all the way cooked through and then just got the crust on the top. But that's not how it worked out. And so what I was left with, after a little bit of butter, which makes everything better, was a very rare steak. Now, I don't have a problem with this. My wife won't eat it this way. But I prefer it a little bit more done than this steak was done. Still, it made a great meal with some eggs and a nice carnivore experience. And that's my take on my Otto Grill steak. It's not a cheap item, but I think it's going to be a very nice addition to the way we cook and the way that we eat our carnivore diet. And I sure look forward to experimenting with this and the meals that we'll make, and I'll definitely share some of them with you. So come on back and see what's cooking. Thanks for watching.